Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at McEwen. This was a stock analysis request. It is an update on this stock. I already covered it, and yeah, I am actually doing this update specifically because in the previous video I provided you this support area and it did work out. We did create a stronger movement to the upside as expected from that area, but we didn't actually dip back into it, so there wasn't necessarily an entry opportunity in this case. But now to track it further, I want to start first with the large time frame, and here I developed a bit the count, and now I am still looking at the same two scenarios, and here we have the blue scenario that rather suggests we are still in a larger downtrend, and that is pretty clear, I might say. Here I would even go as far as saying that we are counting or tracking a 5-wave move to the downside in a wave A, then we pushed higher in a 3-wave move in a wave B, and now we would be in the C wave to the downside. Now in this case we would actually be looking to form new lows within the C wave that is actually yet to develop, and in the previous video I was considering that okay, maybe this could be the third wave, and technically it could, but I would much rather prefer that we only completed an A wave down within this third wave, and then we could be looking here for a B wave to the upside instead of a wave 4 as we had previously. And now yeah, it will follow with a C wave to actually complete the larger third wave. Now as you can see, within this wave B correction, we did reach the top of the resistance zone at the $105 level at a 78.6% retracement, and it did create a very strong reaction to the downside that even exited the resistance area. We did push back in afterwards, but then we got rejected again even lower, and it pushed us at the bottom of the support zone instead, in yellow, at a 17.6% retracement at the $2.9 level. And there is still a chance for the yellow interpretation to work out, and the probabilities are still fine, with the exception that in the yellow scenario we are tracking at best a leading diagonal that is forming to the upside, and in that case, yep, it is because we have an ABC pattern that developed here in this supposed wave 1, and we could have this as a wave 2, but then in the third wave we would also be tracking a larger ABC pattern to develop and form this movement. Now I want to remove this larger resistance area and focus a bit on the idea that we could be tracking here an ABC pattern in the blue scenario, and it would allow this wave B to go as far as the 78.6% retracement at the $45.9 level and have all the same probabilities to still continue to the downside afterwards within this third wave. So there is still a lot of room to push to the upside, and then we could still end up to new all-time lows, very possibly within this third wave that we would be within. But until we actually form, I would say, this wave 3 to the upside, we still have decent probabilities to push directly higher at the moment, and I'm not saying that we will get to this level at the $45.9 level. We could complete this correction much earlier. In fact, even this could be enough to actually complete it. I would say that I prefer to still continue this movement to the upside for now, but I would also be very careful because we are still below resistance, and if we look here at the structural levels, we have quite significant resistance at the $15 area, and that is not very far from where we are right now. So even though we held this support in that I provided in the previous video and we pushed higher, there still is quite high risk that we might push just a little bit higher to the $15 level and then have a more significant retracement than we did here. Now in this idea that we are tracking in yellow to the upside, we could overall be looking for a 5-wave move. It could be within a wave A or a wave C, it could be something slightly different, but the idea is we are tracking here a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, and then within this supposed third wave we have a 1-2 setup, and now this would be the third wave that would be developing. In this case, I would expect the third wave to reach the ideal target at the 138.2% extension at the $17.9 level. Did I draw that correctly? Yeah, seems like it. And we so far only got to the 100% extension. Now, the way this develops could be in a few different ways, but I might even see this pushing a lot harder. I have to say, the RSI actually suggests that we could still be within the third wave, so this could end up being still a 1-2-1-2 setup, and then this could be the third wave. So the idea is a lot more upside is still possible, but at the moment I am expecting significant resistance at this $15 level area, or sorry, the $15 level. And yeah, let's even add a line here. So I would be very cautious, but even within this specific movement on the very short time frame to the upside, I could still see one or two more highs developing. So I would be looking for support at the levels between, let's see, so this is basically the next area of support that we would be looking for, but it would be between the $13.4 level down to the $12.4 level. And as long as we stay above the 50% retracement here, we can expect still a continuation. Just be mindful and careful at the $15 level. And I wouldn't want to go into too much other detail until we actually get a more significant retracement and more structural data in this area. It is quite difficult to have a very reliable count in this time frame, and with it, and especially with this structure where, yeah, I would have expected this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that just completed, and we would be looking for another wave 2 maybe, but it seems it is tempting at least to extend directly into this third wave that would be in yellow. But this would have to be an impulse, which then I might consider that this is really developing like something like an ABC structure within the blue interpretation, and then yeah, we could be having a pretty significant and major top here, considering that this could be a diagonal that is forming. So for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.